What's up, guys? It's Dave. I am going to make one more video for today. That is because I entered Tesla as a swing trade. I think today was a decent opportunity. I'll go over the setup here. Days to cover, nothing crazy. Short float, nothing crazy. It's Tesla. We all know Tesla. I don't think there's any reason why we shouldn't be trading Tesla right now with everything that's been going on. It's a hot stock. It's always been when it has attention on it, and it has certainly had attention on it. So looking at the overall landscape of things, this is what I was looking at. So it's a little sloppy, so I apologize. But overall, we can see it is in an uptrend right now. These blue lines, these are levels of prior supply areas. So 265 was a big one, 267, 268 level was a big one to break. Then we broke this level here, this 280, and then 300 level was a pretty important area. And this entire time, this is a trade wave. Look at this, TradeIdeas got this entire move. Let's see what it did percentage-wise. On the long side, it took 2 trades and made 33% profit if you followed the guidance of this trade wave, which is pretty sick. So going back to it, it's breaking these levels. Now, what would be next, right? So this is going all the way to July 23. And now this is freaking everything. Sorry, it's spazzing out a little bit. Okay, so the next one here is this level here around 320, and so it broke here, and then this next level, let's call it 315. Okay, and then the next area that I mapped out here was this 360. All right, so you can see price came up over here and tagged that 360, pulled back, and it is now retesting this 315, 320-ish level. That's my setup. It's pretty extended, or it was in the short term, right? You can see a huge gap up. This is kind of like a blow off top, indecision doji, big volume on top, and then it's just selling off. Now, if I hide this indicator here, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let me hide the trade wave. You can see my MAs that I have on here. The 10 is the 10. EMA is the white line there. The 20 EMA is the blue. And you can see it's pulling back to the 10 EMA. Now I'm going to go to Trading View real quick because this is, I like the detail of it. So again, this is that 315 to 320 level I was looking at. If we go in on the 30-minute chart, this is kind of where I start honing in for a potential entry. You can see on the 30 minutes, so the past 1, 2, 3, 4 days, all week basically, it's been selling off. And then the 5th day, it's finally finding some balance. What I liked about this morning is that it undercut yesterday's low. So it opened up low, undercut yesterday's low, and if it had enough supply coming in, and you know, if there was a seller, they would have pushed price down. So this tells me supply is kind of running up, drying out. So it undercut yesterday's low and then just ripped right back up. And then even on the 30-minute, this candle here, let me take this off. Sorry, it's a little hard to see. This 30-minute bar right there, it stayed nearly within the close to or at least it closed within like the top 50% of that first open candle, so it wasn't able to sell back down. And then the rest of the day had a nice push up, and then it started rounding. I liked this rounding bottom here. That's also telling me, you know, supply is drying up. Buyers are finding, there's a bid being found in here, and you can see even the volume. If we just cut off from these areas here, you can see that the volume is mostly in this range now. So the high volume node is at around 317.84, right? And so there might be like a position being built here, or at least this is where supply is running out, sellers are stopping, shorts are covering, providing the first layer of bids. New longs initiate because they see this downtrend line. It is potentially broken. So this is kind of like a downtrend line with a retest here. And then ideally it starts curling up. Now, how I'm going to manage, how did I really enter this? Is I noticed it, I noticed it around like 11:30 today. I was watching it on the 5-minute time frame. It was around here near the high of the days, the highs of the day. And oh no, it was like 10:30 I started watching it. And so I wanted it, I laid out this line here, and then I laid out this white line here and said, okay, I would look, and then this white line here. Said I wanted to look for it, retested it, then I wanted to wait for it to pull back and potentially hold the highs of the day. It did not do that. So I drew a downtrend line on the on the lower highs, and then eventually when it broke that, it started chopping sideways again. Note, it was near this white line in here. It's supposed to be down there. I think I moved that. And it found support at this range as well, right? And so it started chopping sideways, started going back up. This was the anchor VWAP from today's high at this line right here. And so price, I think I entered around, when did I enter? I entered near the end of the day. I think I entered around here with like 15 minutes left in the day or something like that. So price hadn't necessarily broke above that yet, but I like the rounding bottom. Price was also this red line here. That's today's VWAP. Price respected the VWAP and started pushing away. So that's another sign that there's not a lot of supply left in it today. So that made me confident enough to say, hey, I'm going to take a swing. My swing I entered at, it's like 319.87 or something like that. So basically 320. And my stop loss is at 315 even. Now, what does that mean? What has to give in order for that to go? So what I'm risking is this. I am risking this to be a higher low versus this low right here. And so I am trying to anticipate. So this broke this high as well, right? This high is 324 flat, and this was 324.65. And so, and it was hitting this supply area. So this broke this high, or it was at least pretty close to being equal to it, right? And it pulled back as it hit that prior level of supply, pulled back, found bids, creating a potential higher low here versus this 310, 309.22. So I am risking this low here. If this low breaks, then I am out at 315. Then I will be watching for this 310, or even if that maybe 305, potentially even, excuse me, 300 area. It kind of depends. But I'm certainly looking for Tesla longs if this trade does not work out. But overall, that's a look up of my trade initiation, my management. I'm just going to manage it, continue to move my stop loss up above higher lows. I am anticipating supply. This is the anchor VWAP from the high of this move, the high of 358.63. And so I'm anticipating supply here. It's also pretty close to the highs of this range. This kind of consolidation area here. Oh, didn't need that. So yeah, neither of us should be shocked. Nobody should be shocked that supply was introduced here. If it didn't, it'd be a look below and fail, and target would be the opposite end, right? So on the retest, it starts pushing away. Okay, it came back up to the level, found a bid, came back up, and then started rounding. So we just have to be mindful of this supply area in here. Wait for it to kind of clear it out, wash it up, hit that, maybe come back down, set a higher low, and then I don't know, maybe it goes something like hits that, pulls back, higher low, boom, boom, and it just does something like that, maybe. And then ideally, whee, it breaks out, right? Maybe it does something like that. We shall see. That, just stop it. There we go. So that's what I'm kind of managing, looking for. We'll see if it actually works out. Either way, I am long bias Tesla, so I'll just continue to look at setups for this. All right, hopefully that helps. Hope you learned something. I think my buddy Rag, shout out Rag Daddy, he said something in one of his videos on YouTube. I think it was either Trade Me or Fade Me. Never heard of it before, and I liked it. So whatever you think, Trade Me or Fade Me. I think that's what he said. Just manage your risk. Trade the next day and just survive. Later, have a good weekend. Go touch some grass. Get outside. Take care of yourself. Get away from the screens. Bye.